Welcome to BookJuice, where the quiet stories still echo the loudest and where growth often looks like just surviving. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked back at your childhood and realized how much you didn't know you were carrying? Not the big, dramatic things, but the subtle ones. The weight of scarcity, the longing for beauty in a world that felt gray, the ache of growing up too soon in a life that gave you no other choice. That's what A Tree Grows in Brooklyn feels like. It's not a story that screams, it whispers. And somehow, those whispers burrow deeper than the loudest declarations ever could. At its core, this book is about Francie Nolan, a young girl growing up in the slums of Brooklyn in the early 1900s. But it's also about you, about the parts of you that remember watching your parents struggle. About the days when money was tight, food was rationed, and dreams felt too far to reach, but you dared to dream anyway. Francie is observant, tender, fierce in quiet ways. She watches the world carefully. She notices beauty others overlook. A tree growing in concrete, books passed down like lifelines, moments of grace hidden in hardship. And through her eyes, we see what it means to live in two worlds at once. To be poor but proud. To be surrounded by chaos, yet determined to make sense of it. To be young but forced to carry the weight of adults who are still trying to figure out their own survival. Betty Smith doesn't romanticize poverty. She doesn't exaggerate it either. She just lays it bare. The exhaustion, the small joys, the shame you don't talk about, the resilience you didn't even know you were building. Francie's mother, Katie, is strong in that hard, unrelenting way. The kind of woman who keeps the family going without ever stopping to rest. And her father, Johnny? He's soft, dreamy, a man full of music and poetry, but also addiction and fragility. And that's the tension between survival and softness, between needing your parents to protect you and watching them fall apart right in front of you, between becoming someone new and never quite escaping where you came from. But here's where it hits. Through all the hardship, there's growth. Not loud, Instagrammable growth, but slow, aching, honest growth. The kind that comes from reading books in secret, from writing in margins, from believing, against all odds, that your story matters. And that tree, the one growing out of concrete, it's more than a symbol. It's Francie. It's every one of us who's ever had to build something beautiful out of nothing. It's the quiet reminder that even in poverty, even in pain, there's power. This book reminds us that progress isn't always visible. Sometimes it's just not giving up. Sometimes it's daring to learn when everything tells you not to. Sometimes it's finding beauty in chipped mugs and hand-me-down shoes. It's not a fantasy. It's not a tragedy. It's just real. And maybe that's why it sticks with you long after you've closed the last page. Juice, the world was hers for the reading. Even when life gave her almost nothing, books gave her everything. Hope, escape, language, identity. And yes, we say it out loud because it matters. So here's your reflection. What part of your past felt small back then? But looking back now, you realize it shaped you in powerful ways. Let's talk in the comments. The scrappy beginnings, the hand-me-down lessons, the things you quietly overcame. Because you don't have to come from wealth to build a rich life. You don't have to have had it easy to grow into someone strong. This is why BookJuice exists, to reflect on the roots that built us, even when the world around us didn't notice. This is BookJuice, short reflections, long ripples.